Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to this video where we're going to go over sort of sealed, what to do for it, how to get prepared for it, and sort of the basic rulings for it, leading up to the sealed GP coming up here at Richardson, and the following sealed one that's going to be coming up later on. This is going to sort of take the place of the news this week, since there wasn't a whole lot of news outside of there was an ARG that happened, but you can go to tcgscripts.com where we have the top 8 deck lists and all that, so you can go ahead and check that out. So going into this, so you're going to sealed, and so there's a couple things you want to make sure that you're bringing. First thing is sleeves. You're going to be making a 25 card deck with a minimum 25 card deck with a minimum of 8 stones, so you want to have sleeves to appropriately compensate for that. I usually like to bring 2 separate sets of sleeves for stones and deck, just because I could get confused really easily. So you want to make sure you bring sleeves. You want to bring a deck box. Just get a cheap little Ultra Pro, $3 one that they sell, because you just want something that's easy to transport all the cards you're about to pull in. You want to bring 2 sets of dice. You want at least a pair of clear dice for things like rolls. They don't have to be clear, but it's just a nice thing to do. And then a separate set of different looking dice that will be used for everything that doesn't have to do with rolling, so things like counters, etc. And if possible, I would bring a third type of dice, because you're going to be using the draft rulers, and all the draft rulers, even though they don't have energize, do have limit counters, and so you want to represent those 2 limit counters with a dice most likely. So bring just sort of an odd looking dice, I would say, or one of those big fat dice, something random that's different than your other dice. That's the core set of it. Some side things you want to consider, especially for this sealed specifically, is maybe getting multicolored dice, specifically 5 different ones, in case you end up going the route of pandas and you want to represent the 5 gems. I find the easiest way is just to have 5 different color dice and just tick them up for each gem that you gain. And you might want to use separate dice for strength counters. Basically, the point of the story is get a bunch of different color dice. A suggestion also was that you would bring a pen, because you're going to have to write down your deck list and all that. They most likely will provide pens, but it's just nice to have one offhand, because a lot of different situations that might call for, as well as taking track of life and stuff like that. Speaking of which, you should not only have that pen, just in case they don't provide it, but also a pad of paper in case they don't provide it for your life countering. Just makes it nice and easy for everyone involved. So that's the things that you should be bringing to the GP. Now, what to be prepared for is you're going to be playing inside, and you're going to be getting 6 packs total. 3 from Ancient Knights, 3 from Advent of the Demon King. Like I said before, you'll be creating a deck of a minimum of 25 cards, and a stone deck with a minimum of 8 cards. So with those cards, you're going to write down the list that you have of those cards, and then it will be randomly dispersed to another predetermined player. And so that's sort of to keep it randomness and to keep the cheating out of it. So it's just easier. If you pull any sort of pack that has a ruler, an uber, or god pack, or a chase cards are things like the school, the husband school guys and all that stuff, or the schoolgirls, although that wasn't in this set. But as an example, any type of pack like that, you automatically get a new pack that you use instead of that. You get to keep that pack though, so if you pulled an Uber, you get to keep the Uber or the God pack, and you just get another pack for free, which is kind of cool.
Notice me.
And so you'll get your randomly assigned cards from another person and make a deck out of that, and that'll be the deck you use throughout the entire event. If by chance you make it into top 8, it'll switch from sealed into draft, so obviously you won't be using the same deck, and you'll be doing draft, which obviously is easier for 8 people to do, and it's a little bit more competitive overall. So it's kind of cool that there'll be that switch in format as well. So that's the sort of main points to go over going into the event. A lot of cool stuff to look out for. If you want to sort of see some of the main cards to look out for, not for both sets combined per se, but we do have a video that Joe put together back for the sealed pre-release events for Advent of the Demon King and Ancient Knights, talking about what cards to look out for in each set that would be good inside of that limited format, if you guys want to go check those out. And I also have a separate video for drafting, on how to draft, and also briefly going over supplies to bring like I just did now, so you can check that out as well. I'll try to remember to link them in the description below. If not, just search it out on our channel. But yeah, hope to see some of you guys at Richardson maybe, and have fun.